Hello, everybody, and welcome to Herd Report. I'm your host, Scott Beck. And today, boys and girls, oh my, do I got an episode for you. Today, I'm in Pittsfield, Illinois at Musgrave Angus. Gosh darn, what a great tour today. From Musgrave Angus, I got Tyler Musgrave, his son Eli Musgrave, and the man that started it all, Mr. Melvin Musgrave. Guys, if you haven't ever been here, I highly recommend you contact Musgrave Angus right now to book your tour. Today on this episode, we are going to talk about everything Musgrave Angus. Now, this is going to be cut into 2 episodes, so this is part 1. So everybody sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Let's get to it! Hello, everybody, and welcome to Herd Report. I'm your host, Scott Beck, and today, guys, I've got a treat for you. Today, I am in Pittsfield, Illinois. I am at Musgrave Angus, and I got one heck of a tour today. And with me today on the podcast, I got Mr. Tyler Musgrave, his son Eli, and the man that started it all, Mr. Melvin Musgrave. Melvin, how's it going, my friend?
Oh, just great.
That's
on this hot day.
It's a little sticky out, isn't it, today?
Pretty tough out there on livestock.
Yeah, Tyler told me you're never going to be in as hot a place as it is here in Pittsfield. It's because of the dew point, right, Tyler?
Yeah, so if you look up across the country, I think we have one of the highest dew point readings here in this part. But, you know, we got a lot of corn.
A lot of corn.
And 2 of the biggest rivers in the country are on both sides. We've got the Mississippi, the Illinois River here kind of flowing on both sides of us. So, yeah, the dew point's right up there. Humidity, I think today was 96%.
Yeah,
when we woke up, it was 78 degrees, but the feel-like temperature was 87. I don't think last night, it got
didn't cool off much at all. My family's here with us, and we're staying down here at the Jellystone. And I got out of the cabin this morning at 6 o'clock, and I was like, oh, okay, this is how it's going to go. Like, you could already cut the air with a knife.
Yeah.
It's thick.
It's very thick. Yeah. It's hard to get a deep breath this time of year.
Yeah. And you got enough hills. We walked through enough cattle today where I was starting to get a little heavy breathing there for a minute or two.
I thought so. It looked like it to me. You're lagging behind.
Hey, I was keeping in front of Eli.
I was.
Yeah, no, I had a great time today, man. This is my first time ever here, and it was a great, great tour today. Tyler, one of you guys tell just a real quick background of Musgrave Angus and how this whole thing got started.
Well, I guess I was about 9 years old, and I'm first generation Angus breeder. At the time, didn't know I was even going to be an Angus breeder.
Yeah.
You know, for some reason, a neighbor had Angus cows.
Okay.
And when I'd ride the school bus home, I'd see his cows and always had the desire to maybe have some Angus cows. My dad said we really didn't have the space to put them, but Mom changed his mind. And women have a way of doing things that.
They should do, don't they?
As you well know.
Yes,
you know?
Yes, sir.
So anyway, after school one night there, about 4-H age, I guess I was 9 years old, going on 10, we were going to get me a 4-H steer. So anyway, we got a couple Angus steers from another neighbor. I remember that was in 1962, the fall of 1962, $85 a piece for those steers. I didn't have enough money to buy but one of them, so I worked the other one out for the guy after school and weekends.
Very cool.
I don't think I ever did really work it out. I think he was really doing me a favor, but
that's nice.
But then again, that kind of harder starting. The bug kind of hit me. So after that, I wanted to get a heifer. I had steers for a couple of years. So anyway, I wanted to get a heifer and start a herd. My dad thought we should have Herefords because that was the going thing back in the 60s.
Yeah.
The stronger breed. And we had a person that had horned Hereford cattle that exhibited at the state fair, and they had some of the top Hereford cattle in the state.
You bet.
So anyway, we got in the pickup and drove over there after school one night, see about getting me a heifer. Of course, back then, you had no cell phones or anything, no communication.
Back in the good old days.
Yeah, you just drove into the guy's place.
It's the way to do it.
You know, and, well, wasn't anybody home.
Oh.
So coming back, I said, well, why don't we go over here to, the guy's name was Ernie Lambeth, had the Angus cows. I said, why don't we go to Ernie's and see about getting a heifer? Okay. So we go to Ernie's, and he was home.
Perfect.
So kind of told him that, you know, I was wanting to get a heifer project for 4-H. I'd had steers for a couple of years. And he said, okay. He said, I'll see what we can do for you.
Nice.
You know, so actually it was in April and in the spring. And he had a group of yearling heifers. Well, they were just a year old, yeah, in a lot there. So we walked through the heifers and looked at them. And he said, you just pick you out 4 of them. If you want, take them over to your place, break them all in lead, take 1 or 2 of them to the county fair or wherever you want to take them to show. and then I'll let you keep the one you want at the end of the year.
Wow.
So
that works.
I went for that.
Heck yeah.
So actually it was the Lady Barber 23 cow, which is is one of our mainstays cows families right now.
That's crazy.
So, so anyway, I got my start, I guess, for nothing except for
work.
Yeah.
Good old sweat.
Yeah. So anyway,
that's right.
I used his bulls, you know, he helped me. That was back before AI. So he bred my heifers and he bred my cage and let me use a bull. I'd I'd started building more and more of them, and I would calve in January and February, and he would not calve till March and April.
Okay.
So I'd use his herd bull, and
it all
worked out pretty good. So I just kind of grew the herd that way.
Kind of.
You know, yeah.
You done a pretty good job.
So, but anyway, the Lady Barber cow family just came within a mile from where I live now.
Yeah, we were down there today at that farm.
Yeah.
So kind of across the road, but yeah, right here in the backyard.
And luckily, I wouldn't be in the cattle business if my other neighbor with the Herefords was home.
You'd be in the Hereford business.
We'd probably be out of business.
I'd be out of business.
That's right. You might very well be. Yeah, that's crazy. I haven't seen a lot of Herefords around this area.
No.
Yeah, just a lot of black cattle where we're sitting at.
Yeah.
There's several of them.
Boy, yeah, it's crazy. You've done a great job. So is this kind of where we're sitting here is where the sale barn is? Is this what we call the homestead here?
Yeah, this is the home place. Right here where we're sitting used to be my dad had sows, you know, and finished hogs, and I did too. But this used to be a hog lot right here.
Okay.
Some sleeping sheds where we're sitting right now. There were just hogs everywhere. And Pike County was the county we live in, and it's was the biggest producer of hogs in the world.
Wow.
Right here. So, and we still may be, I don't know.
Okay.
But they're all in buildings now. You don't see
they're all in buildings.
I think Pike County, it ranks right up there here in the state of Illinois for pork production.
Okay.
So
right up there.
Yeah, right at the top.
Yeah. But yeah, I've lived here on this farm here. I've lived here for 66 years.
Wow.
All but, tell my age. I've lived here all but 6 years of my life.
Okay. 6 + 6. Got it. Yeah. I can do that math.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
wow.
But anyway, hopefully next generation, they are. The next generation is taking hold, and we'll just go from here.
Eli's here with us today, and he's taking off with this thing. I do have to mention where we are. It's like internet famous, social media famous, picture famous. You got this beautiful wall here. We're in the office, what you guys call the office here, right?
Right. This is the office.
Barn.
Yep.
And you got these beautiful pictures behind us, and we have seen so many cattlemen from across the country take their picture here. It's kind of cool to be here. It's my first time here, and to see this, because I've seen the pictures obviously all across social media and all across catalogs everywhere across the country, and to be here is pretty cool.
Yeah, we've had visitors here from all over the world, really.
Yeah.
Across the country, North America, South America, Australia, Uruguay.
You just had Australia guy here a couple weeks ago, didn't you? Was there not Aussie that came?
New Zealand. Yeah,
okay.
New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah, and even Scotland. So
wow,
they've been from all over.
The Musgrave name is now world famous, not just Illinois famous. We're world famous.
I don't know if we're famous, but they've heard of us.
I think so. This has been on my bucket list to get here for a long time. It worked out really well. I'm glad we can make it up here and record a herd report here too today. And the cattle, we got to talk about the cattle where you guys are at today from where you started. The Barber family, you said you started, and you still got those cows running in your line today, and those were some of your best cows today.
Yeah, the Barber cows they're right up there. Yeah. I mean, we saw several of them today.
That Lady Barber cow family, they had chains around their necks back then when I started. My first heifer, her chain tag number was 23. I can visualize every female out of her and her daughter, every cow, and all those generations clear up to today.
Wow.
And they pretty much have looked the same.
For
all that time, really hasn't changed that much, because back when I started at that time, my neighbor, where I got my Lady Barber cow, he didn't have the so-called best Angus cattle, because actually he raised them the way he liked them, and he didn't go out and buy the smaller framed Angus, and he had larger framed Angus, which is kind of middle of the road Angus today.
Yep.
They've really kind of looked just like they did back 1969.
That's cool. That's cool. It's amazing that you started like that and you've grown into what you have. It was a great tour today. You want to talk about a couple of these bulls that we want to talk about, Tyler? You want to kick it off?
Sure. I think the first bull we looked at today was a bull that people have probably been seeing on Facebook here on our storyline of stuff, was a bull called Musgrave Cullinan.
Yeah, he's so good. And what's the cool part about him is generations of cows behind him that we got to see today.
Yeah, that's what's really neat about Cullinan. And it's not everywhere you can go. And today we saw his mother, his grandmother, his great-grandmother, and his great-great-grandmother.
We saw
They're
cows
all
not
here
even
today.
on the papers anymore.
The cows are off the paper. They're still
pedigree.
Here in production. They still have a calf. I don't know. That says a lot about the bull, and they're all really good looking cows. So
it was a heck of a bull to see first. The calves look great out of this bull. It was a heck of a bull to start off the tour with.
It was. Yeah, it was pretty hot today. He was wanting to go to that shade tree, but he just got pulled away from cows about 2 weeks ago. But he covered a lot of cows this spring and summer. Just massive. Got a lot of muscle. Got a lot of bone and dimension. A lot of body.
I think he took
really good scrotal.
I think he took his sire to the next level.
Yeah, to us, it looks that way. Cullinan, he's a heck of a bull.
Which is what you want, right? You want a bull that'll sire a better bull, and I think that's what he did. I think Feet went ahead and sired a better bull than he was with Cullinan. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. Big-footed bull, great bone. Just nothing that you don't like about him. And you guys really poured into him. I mean, you bred a lot of cows back to him this year.
Yeah, we did. So we use him AI and natural service. I'm not sure how many cows he would have bred, but quite a few. I mean, he kind of made his rounds. We got several groups of cattle that we synchronize in AI in the spring. And I think Cullinan made it through about 3 of those groups because we kind of rotate our bulls to get more cows bred that way.
Yep.
And it's amazing how if you turn a bull out with cows, they get bred.
Yeah. Yes. Isn't that nice to do?
Yeah. So sometimes you question fertility, but if you actually have a bull out there with those cows, they're going to end up being bred at the end of the day. He works 24 hours a day when we're only out there for about 3 hours a day.
7 days a week. And never complains. Just give me something to eat.
Yeah, just give me something to do. Yeah, give me something to eat and let me do my job.
Yeah.
A really good breeding bull then? I mean,
he covers cows fantastic. Gets around. He's so sound though. I mean, we saw that today. We're looking at the bull. He moves out really well. Hold his weight. He just, for lack of better terms, Andy was referring to him one day as a jungle cat. So
I like that. That was a heck of a bull. It was a lot of fun to see him today. Who's partners with that bull with you?
So Cullinan is a sire that actually never went through one of our sales. 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now, but we sold half interest in a heifer calf. She was sired by exclusive. Her name's Musgrave Forever Lady 1491. And that heifer sold half interest to Lot Farms in Oklahoma.
Okay.
But with that, we already had a pregnancy with that purchase because I kind of was risky there. I flushed a heifer, but we had Sid's Feet. He was kind of a new sire, new to the game right then. So we flushed her to Feet, to kind of multiply him. Anyway, he was in calf. That went with the purchase of the half of the heifer. He was born, I think, in November timeframe. I think last year, Cullinan, he worked at Lot Farms covering cows, and then we got him here this year. He rolled off that trailer. He looked fantastic. I had no idea what to expect, and he looked tremendous. And then we got that new photo of him.
It's awesome.
But we're excited to see what he's going to do down the road. I think he's going to sire a lot of muscle shape.
Yeah.
A lot of bone.
No, they got calves in Oklahoma, you said, out of him yet?
Yeah, so Lot Farms would have calves out of Cullinan. Yep. We actually do have just a small handful of calves on the ground here because if you look at him on paper, he's not Cavanese, but I had a little group of heifers that were, they were like April born,
nice,
younger heifers. Yep. So we didn't breed them for spring calves. We thought we'd hold them and breed them for the fall. And then we're busy in the fall, and we had there was only like 6 or 8 of them. We ain't gonna have time to mess with them. So we had that bull stand there. So I just opened the gate, put him in with them. Had no problems. I think he's a 3 on birth.
Love it.
Didn't touch a calf, but that's another topic.
we can get into some topics, yeah.
But anyway, the calves, the small progeny group we do have from Cullinan, they do look good. One of them we showed at the county fair. My boy Sam, I think he got reserve.
Wow.
So,
wow.
But anyway, sometimes I got to rely on Eli for my memory. So in the spring, we're pretty high tech here when we go through and start these synchronizations with the cows. And we get the nicest piece of cardboard we can find. And Melvin, he writes the EPDs down of all the important traits that we're looking for. And then he gets his highlighter out and he'll highlight these numbers. And then he has kind of an equation in his head of which bull has the least number of holes in the EPD profile.
Okay.
I don't use the computer, I
like it.
I like writing things out. Then I can.
We're visual learners here.
I love it.
I know this year that when we were doing selections for sires, Cullinan was right at the top of the page because he fit a lot of the target points on paper. And we also liked the bull.
So win-win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's what you wanted both ways.
Right. So we're excited about his future and see what he can do for us here. So I do think that he's probably going to one up his old man. So
yeah, I think so too. The way
he's
looks,
so dense. Yeah. So
dense is a really good way to put him. I think that explains that bull really well. He was one of the favorites today for sure. He was in a great pen. Then we got to go see a few cows. We do got to talk about one cow just a little bit because I did post her on Instagram today. This 329 cow. She's pretty good.
She is. So that's the Prim Lassie cow. I don't think there's probably a breeder out there that doesn't know who that cow is. Prim Lassie 329. She's our favorite daughter, of Stunner. And Eli can probably enlighten us a little bit on that cow family because it's his.
Ooh, you own 329.
Yeah, I do.
What do you think of her?
She's really good.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
I love it. She's a tank, man.
Mm-hmm.
You've had great success, had some good success flushing her and getting good progeny out of her. Well, she's the mother of Rob Roy, correct?
Yeah, so 329, she's a dam of Rob Roy. Rob Roy was her first natural calf, sired by Goalkeeper. And then her natural calf from 2024. What's he, Eli? The bull we sold this year?
Primal, Musgrave Primal.
Yeah, I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit.
He did good.
He did good.
Yeah, so Primal, he was our top-selling bull this year in the March sale, and he sold to Peak Dot Ranch in Canada.
Yeah.
And I have Clay Monio. I've gotten back and forth, corresponded some text messages, and it sounds like the bull's doing a great job there, and they're super excited about him.
I like Clay a lot.
329 is a tremendous cow. She is just a boatload of female there, but to have that much mass and muscle, but yet still look feminine enough in that beautiful Angus head. And the udder, she's dry right now. She's calving in the fall, but I mean,
she's amazing.
She's got it. So
she's an ideal Angus cow.
She is. So we had sold some embryos in one of our online sales out of 329 to, I think, 3 different places across the country. At each place where her progeny sold, either topped the sale or sold in the top of the sale. Even our sale, I think four Angus firms across the country had their top selling bull this year out of 329.
Dang.
So that's the kind of power she resembles.
Yeah, she's got it, man. I posted that story on Instagram and my Snapchat today. I don't know how many. What's that? Because I didn't put the cow down. I've had so many questions.
I knew you were setting yourself up for a lot of that when you did that.
It sure did, man. It's fun to keep those guys guessing. But there's a couple guys who guessed right away who she was. So they must have.
Cool.
Absolute great cow family there. Rob Roy. Rob Roy's a bull. I know we weren't planning on talking about a lot today, but, we got to see him today too. He's amazing. And of course, out of 329, and that's a bull I fell in love with a couple of years ago. I saw it at NBS and he sure didn't disappoint today. He was a stud.
Yeah, he's a 4-year-old right now. Tremendous amount of power and bone. I think we were talking about it as we were looking at the bull, but there's not a group of cows you put that bull with that don't all become bred.
Yeah. That's an important part. Is he one of your favorites, Melvin? You like Rob Roy?
Yeah, he's a nice bull.
Yeah, he's nice.
Yeah, if you like cattle with a big foot, a lot of bone, a lot of muscle, big nutted.
I tend to.
Yeah.
This is kind of I tend to like. He just drew my attention to him today. I mean, he was really cool out in that pasture. That's just a couple of bulls we got to see today. And that donor cow's crazy.
The donor, yeah. And I think in that group also, we looked at the TD Lady Ida 092. We saw several progenies from her today.
It's crazy.
And you can kind of see that cow in the progeny.
Yes.
We saw some bull calves down here in this group, sired by Musgrave Open Road that's at Lynn's Heritage.
Yes.
And that one calf is an absolute standout.
Yeah, I got a great video of him. I'm going to post that everywhere.
So.
Yeah, he's an absolute stud.
Yeah, he looks great.
You better go back and say who owns Rob Roy, though. You never did.
So Rob Roy, he sold, so it was like we said, 329s.
Yeah.
First natural calf, he would have sold in our 2022 production sale.
Okay.
He sold the Buck Ridge cattle down in Seymour, Missouri, and he's done a great job in their herd. So they use him in the fall. They've got a strictly fall calving herd, so we get him back up here in the summer. It's been a great relationship with them. They're really doing a great job. They've got some donors here now.
Okay.
They've bought here. They're building a great herd of cattle down in southern Missouri. So great outfit.
I love that. Very cool. Yeah, that's a great bull. Like I said, I've liked him since day one. I got to see the cow that was out of the day, and of course she's the mother of Primal. What did Primal bring on your sale?
I don't know, Eli. What did Primal bring?
70 something.
87.5.
87.5.
Yeah.
Dang. That had to be a good day for you, Eli.
Yeah, it was.
I love that, man. Yeah, that's a heck of a day. Okay, guys, that will conclude part 1 of this 2-part episode. So join us next week right here on Herd Report to hear part 2. Thanks to everybody that listens to Herd Report. Until next time, have a great rest of your day.